Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to All Things Chadwick. Salutations. I hope everyone's having an exciting Friday or preparing for a nice, cozy autumn weekend. It's not going to be all that cool here, actually. It's going to be really pretty. And then I think Sunday night dropped down to close to freezing. But anyway, this is an impromptu video. I have my great aunt called just a little bit ago, and a distant cousin of mine is coming through town, headed up north, and my great aunt is going to stop by for a quick little visit. So she's kind of, it's going to be an exciting little visit. So I've just set up my comfy chair here for her. And I thought if she's willing, if she's a willing participant, and she isn't always, that I might let you visit with her for just a minute and include her as part of my video today. So we'll wait on her to get here, and we'll see you in just a few minutes. Well, welcome back. So my aunt is here, my great aunt. And rather than introduce her, I thought I would let her introduce herself. So I would like for you to just tell everyone who you are and a little bit about yourself.
Well, good afternoon, Chadwick. I suppose it's a pleasure to be here to visit with you very briefly. First of all, if you don't mind having your little doggy leave the room. I am sensitive to animals. Second, my name is Mildred Montebank. I am originally I was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I was reared in Atlanta, Georgia. And I don't want to come across too crass this afternoon, and I don't know exactly what you want to know, but I'm 5'4". Every tooth in my head is the original that I was born with. I have a very good sense of humor from time to time. I again shan't give my age. I don't think that is appropriate at this point. And I guess lastly, I'll say, honey, it's cold as hell in this house. I am about froze. I don't know how you stand it in here. Can we get on with the second question?
Well, there you have it, folks. My great aunt Mildred. I'm glad you're here. So tell us, have you had a safe trip so far? Enjoying yourself?
Well, to be quite honest about it, no, it has not been a pleasant trip. You, as well as other people in the family and people that live near us, know that your cousin is not a very good driver. She does not obey safety laws. She does not obey the speed limit. And it has been rather unpleasant. But nevertheless, here we are. Thus far, we are safe and sound. I can't say that it's been pleasant, but it's nice to see you. And I'm not too accustomed to being videoed, but it has not been a pleasant trip so far, and I hope it gets better.
Well, at least you're here safe, and I'm sure the rest of your trip will go well. I had a couple of other little questions written down. So people might want to know if you're retired and where do you live? What do you do?
Well, I'm not certain that everyone's going to be so interested in me being retired or where I live or what do I do, but nevertheless, per se, I'm retired. I'm independently wealthy, so I don't have to work a public job, but I do stay busy. As far as where do I live, where am I housed and maintained, primarily against my will? Well, I'm maintained at a lovingly and pretentiously named establishment, Rolling Hills, and I prefer to keep the location undisclosed. What do? I do whatever I want to do. I've always done whatever I want to do, whatever I want to do it with, and whenever I want to do it. And again, I don't want to be pretentious, but I do what I do when I want to do it. Is that what you want me to say?
Well, I'm sure where you live, I'm sure it's very nice and you have friends that know. Okay. Anyway, so were you, tell my viewers, were you ever married?
Was I ever married? Well, of course, as you know, I was married 2 times. My marriages were, as they like to refer to it, as unsuccessful. I was married 14 years. I then was divorced and 6 months later married again. I was married nearly 20 years. And I did not love either one of these gentlemen. And I use the term gentleman very loosely. But nevertheless, we did what we did back then in those days, and that's how that went. I have only been in love once, and I was in a long-term relationship with a gentleman that I did not marry. He was married, however, and I'll just leave it at that. And she and I had drinks occasionally. His wife. Very nice lady. Very, very nice lady. And if you would pardon me for interrupting, I'm just curious. You ask about marriage. I understand, news gets around that you are married. So, and by just looking around this room, I understand we're in your bedroom. Is it too much to ask if this is where the action happens?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Actually, this is my bedroom, and my spouse and I have separate bedrooms.
Is that right? Well, what a discreet way to use the term spouse. I've always noticed in my life when individuals use the term spouse that there's usually more to the picture than meets the eye. Anyway, one other question is, you're the first person I've seen in the family, the first adult human being. Why would an adult human being ever choose to wear a Snoopy shirt, a Snoopy t-shirt? That's very odd to me.
Well, I know you all can't see, but I have on a Snoopy shirt that says, "Please don't make me do stuff." So I guess that's what your way of saying that's an interesting and a cute thing or a funny thing for an adult to wear. But these days, people do wear Snoopy in cartoons and right. But anyway, so one more question for you. I started to refrain from asking this question, but I know that it is a common question that everyone would want to know from someone who's lived a long, exciting life, such as you. What is your key to such a long, prosperous life? Tell us.
Well, first off, I did notice under the Snoopy dog, it says, don't make me do things. That also reminds me of a husband I had. Nevertheless, my key to life, what manages to keep me productive and happy. It reminds me of an old song there used to be, and the song said something to this effect: "Wild women don't have no blues." So for many, many years, if something bothered me, I get full of good liquor, walk the streets all night, and put my man out if he don't do right. That's my key to happiness. And I try to be kind and loving to a point. Kind and loving to a point. Point like a stick, stick like a tree. 2 tears in a bucket. And I believe that's about all I have to say. It's pleasure to see you. I think we're going to have to go in just a moment.
Well, to say this has been an interesting little chit chat and visit is certainly an understatement. But I'm so glad that you came by for just a few minutes. And I'm sorry that you have to leave so quickly. And thank you all for watching us this afternoon. I hope you've enjoyed meeting my great Aunt Mildred. And who knows, maybe you will see more and more of her. So have a great day, a great weekend, and I will see you very soon.